So today we're going to be talking about two essential considerations you have to be very aware of when you're completing your estate plan. And the first is being crystal clear about what you own and how you own it. And the second is what your beneficiary designations really say. So in terms of being crystal clear about what you own, you have to know whether real estate is jointly owned, bank accounts are jointly owned, whether you have assets that have beneficiary designations on them. So jointly owned property, whether it's real estate or bank accounts or brokerage accounts, those items are not going to be controlled by your last will and testament. If you have a bank account that has a payable on death designation, or you have an IRA or 401k that has a beneficiary designation on the account, those items are not going to be controlled by your last will and testament. They're essentially contracts of deposit, and you have to tell the holder of that account what's supposed to happen at the time of your death. And that is why beneficiary designations are our second important consideration, and they are critical. So you have to know, not think, what your beneficiary designations say. Sometimes we let them lapse. Sometimes we lose a spouse and we don't remember to update them. Maybe we forget who our contingent beneficiary is, or worse yet, maybe you don't even have one. So we have to be very clear about that as well, because if we don't know who those beneficiaries are and there's a death, then assets might go to someone that you really didn't intend them to go to, or they might come directly to your estate if you don't have a contingent beneficiary named, and that can have some pretty negative consequences in terms of taxes. So we have to be crystal clear about what you own and how you own it, whether it's jointly owned, whether it has a beneficiary designation. And if it has a beneficiary designation, you have to be crystal clear about what that beneficiary designation really says. And if it doesn't say what you want it to say, then we need to change it. So those are the two really important considerations that you need to be aware of and take into consideration when you're completing your estate plan.